Now, if it feels like your heartburn medication has stopped working, you're not imagining it. Your body is not immune to the medication, but something else is happening, something most people don't really understand. And once you see it, it will completely change how you use medication. Now, let me take you back for a second. You started having heartburn, you took something for it, and it worked for you. You had a quick relief, and the burning disappeared. So you felt like you had finally found the solution. So you kept using it. You kept using that particular medication. Whenever the symptoms came, you treated them. And for a while, everything seemed under control. Then slowly you begin to notice something strange happening, and it's not working as fast as it used to work before. And the relief doesn't just last long. Sometimes it barely works at all. And that's when the frustration actually starts. So you begin thinking, maybe I need something stronger. Maybe my body has gotten used to it. Or maybe this medication is no longer effective. But here is the truth that I want you to know. In most cases, the medication didn't fail, but the system around it changed. And let's go back inside your body and just journey to understand it better. So your stomach is constantly producing acid, as we had mentioned in one of the videos. And it's not occasionally, it's not randomly, but it does so continuously because digestion is always happening in cycles. Now, when you take medication for heartburn, it doesn't remove the cause of hyperacidity. It only modifies the environment. And some medications, they reduce how much acid is produced. Others, they neutralize the acid that's already there. Others, they create a temporary barrier for the acid that has already been produced from moving into the esophagus. But none of these fix the valve, the sphincter. None of them eliminates the triggers. None of them stop the pressure that pushes acid upward. So what happens over time? Over time, you keep exposing your system to the same triggers. Okay, you eat large meals, you eat late in the night, you eat certain foods that you shouldn't be eating, you have stress, and your body adapts to that. So the reflux continues, and sometimes more frequently, sometimes more aggressively. So now, even though the medication is still doing its job, it's being overwhelmed. It's like trying to empty a leaking bucket without fixing the hole. At first, it will work. You remove the water, the bucket looks fine. But if the leak continues, you have to keep emptying it. That's what actually happens. And more often, or more urgently, and eventually, it feels like your effort is not enough. Over time, it feels like your effort is not enough. And that's exactly what's happening with your medication. Now, let's talk about something even more interesting. Your body can also adjust its sensitivity. Over time, if your esophagus is repeatedly exposed to acid, it becomes more sensitive. So even small amounts of reflux will feel stronger. Small amounts of reflux will feel more uncomfortable. It will feel harder to ignore. So now you are dealing with two things: more frequent reflux and increased sensitivity. And the end result of this is that the same medication will feel less effective. And now there's another layer to this, and this one will surprise you. And of course, it normally surprises a lot of people. That is timing. When we talk about timing, is how and when you take your medication. That's all about timing, how and when you take your medication. And this affects how well it works. If taken inconsistently or only after symptoms become severe, the effect of your medication is reduced because some medications, they are designed to prevent acid production and not just to react to it. So if you are always chasing symptoms, you are always one step behind when you're using this medication. Now combine all of this, combine ongoing triggers, unchanged causes, increased sensitivity, and also suboptimal timing, and suddenly it looks like the medication has stopped working, quote unquote. But in reality, it's still doing what it's designed to do. It's just no longer enough on its own. So what's the solution to this? Could be asking yourself, so what's the solution for this? Or what's the solution to this? It's not always about switching to something stronger. That is not a solution. It's about changing your approach in how you're managing the condition. So understanding what's triggering your reflux is very important. And adjusting how and when you eat is also very, very important. Giving your body time to digest. Using medication correctly and not just reactively when you're having the symptoms. Because medication is a tool. It's not a cure. And tools only work well when the system around them is working too. So the next time you feel like your medication has failed, you need to take a pause and ask yourself, has anything else changed? Because in most cases, the answer is yes. And once you see that, you stop escalating blindly. You start thinking strategically. And that's the difference between temporary relief and actually real control. So if you found this helpful, I'd like you to hit the subscription button so that you can be getting real world explanations of medicine in a way that you can understand, because understanding your body is the first step to managing it. See you in the next video.